Is this budget track saw ready to take on the heavy hitters in the industry? We're about to find out. This is Blackbird Studio ILM. My name's Robert, and we're going to take a look today at the Vevor track saw. I purchased this with my own money, both the saw and the track. So we're going to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly with this. We're going to test it, see how everything goes. We'll find out if it really can take on the big boys, Milwaukee, Festool, Makita, all the big guys. Let's take a look at this features first. All right, so this is the Vevor track saw. Right off the bat, you can see that right here there's a lock for the plunge. In order to activate the plunge, got to have the lock in the center position, lift up. And then when you lift up, you'll see this bar pops all the way up. And that'll be important when it comes time to lock the arbor to do the blade change. But you push this all the way up, you're ready to plunge down. When I got this, I put a brand new CMT orange blade on it, and you'll see the rubbing, and I'll explain that to you here in just a few minutes. So that's how you do the plunge. In order to do the arbor lock, you're going to push this up, but only part way. If you see, there's a track right in here that this little bar is going to slide into. Once you get it into that track, it goes up and locks into place. And it locks into place for your arbor. We've got onboard storage for your arbor wrench. So when you take this off, you know, I'm not going to take it off, but when you do take it off, with this particular saw blade, this is a 5/8 inch bore. Well, after using it for a few minutes, it got loose. Couldn't figure out why. And I mean, the nut was tight, but the blade would wobble back and forth. Couldn't figure out why. Well, what had happened was this, on the inside of this ring, it's stepped, so it can do two different size arbors. And it lined up with this perfectly. But as this was being used, these 4 points snapped, which this saw is designed to do, so it can handle two different arbor sizes. So that's why it was loose. All I had to do was loosen this, line that up with the stepped hole, tighten it back down, and it was nice and tight. So if you use the CMT orange blade or any other adjustable ones, and it starts to get wobbly, that's why. So that's how you're going to lock the arbor. You just push up on the button to unlock it. You've got here on both sides, this is going to be your adjustment for your bevel. Now when you do the bevel, over here on this side, see, you can only get to 45 degrees. This is a lock, a release. It allows you to go past 45 to the 47. Bring it back, put it back into place. It locks at the 45. So this keeps you from going past 45. This allows you to go a little bit past 47 degrees. Was always wondering what that was. So let me tighten these back down. Two of the nice things about this: push button depth stops controls. They are stiff, and your scale is in metric, but it really doesn't matter. You're not going to be going off of the numbers on here. Normally you're going to set it on the edge of your wood, and you're going to adjust this based on the piece of wood that you're cutting and getting it just to the right depth. These are adjustment knobs for when you have it in the track, and you put it on your track. If there's back and forth wobble, let me give you some to look at. Can't even get any wobble in it right now. There we go. We got some wobble going on. These are cammed wheels. What that means is they're kind of, they're not perfectly round. So as you turn them, they tighten in this track as the plastic presses up against them. and gets rid of your wobble. You want them tight enough so you don't wobble, but not too tight like that to where it doesn't slide easily. So you want to back them off just a little bit, so you still don't have any wobble, but it's easy to slide. Now, one thing I'll say about this track that I found that I wasn't particularly fond of is the foam strips on the bottom that are designed to keep it from sliding. Let me flip this over. I got it clamped down right now. Getting ready for the first test. They say that this saw can use PowerTech rails and any that are compatible with that. Only uses a single lock bar to hold the two together, but it's got these foam pieces, and they're not real grippy. They tend to want to slide on your material, which I do not like. I want my material nice and secure when I'm running across it, which you really can't get with this saw. So that's pretty much all the features, except for one which I'll show you after this cut. And it's a nice little surprise add-on that they don't tell you about, and that I really enjoyed being surprised with. So we will be right back after I get this all clamped down. All right, here we go. Got a straight cut with the Vevor track saw using the track. I've got some dust collection hooked up. Didn't have the right adapter for it, so I'm using some blue painter's tape. So we'll see how that holds up. Hopefully it'll do well enough for this test. So let's give her a try. Alright, so what we got, very nice straight cut, very smooth, couldn't ask for more. That's actually really pretty. This damage was already on the wood to begin with. Wow. Alright, so the next thing is going to be a special feature that this came with that was a surprise. I know I'm not the only one who was surprised by it. I had heard about it in the video that Matt Outlaw did, but completely forgot about it when I placed the order. And that is this, what it came with. This is a nice little, I guess you'd call it a cut guide, where you can set a certain depth of cut, and it's not going to go past that depth, no matter what you do. I don't know what's the deal with that. Oh, there we go. Alright, so this slides in right down here on both sides. There are screw knobs to hold it in place. I'll twist this around and show those to you in just a second. All right, so on this side, this knob right here is what locks it down. You set your distance you want your pieces, your slices, right here. On the back side, it's this one right here with a spring. So I'm going to save some plywood, so I'm going to make these fairly thin slices, but you'll see that they are going to be dead on the same thickness. All All right, so here we are with the cuts with these rail guides. I guess you would call it, I'm not sure what you'd call it, the consistent cuts guide. I'm not even sure what Vevor calls it. Immediately lost the owner's manual that it came with as soon as I bought it. But here we go. We're going to get a couple cuts with this and check and see just how equal they are. All right, so here we have our two pieces, two cuts, and you stack these up. Yo, dude, the camera's down here, man.
All the way along.
There. Nope, still high. Come on, bring it on down.
Awesome.
There we go.
Without it being attached to the
track, your smoothness of your edge suffers just a tiny bit, but surprisingly less than I was expecting it to. But the big thing is, you can consistently cut strips that are completely equal using that guide. That's pretty cool. So that having been said, okay, so in conclusion, is this the mega giant killer that we're hoping for? No, it's not. But it is an amazing entry-level to mid-level track saw that you can get into for $100. That is just crazy. Would I recommend this to a novice hobby woodworker, DIY wood guy working in your garage? Absolutely, any day of the week. This is a great starter track saw that will last you for years, and you may never need to improve upon it. If you are a super fine woodworker professional, this isn't going to cut it for you. It claims a 2 1/4 inch depth, 1.65 inch depth of cut on a 45-degree angle. I've not tested either of those limits. Hopefully it can meet those, but no matter what, this is a great place to start, a great piece of gear to start out with. As always, a subscribe, a like, a share, a comment, greatly appreciated as we try and grow this small woodworking channel. And as always, have a great day. I almost forgot. Click up here if you want to see a comparison video of this Vevor versus the Mousecraft track guide system. And click up here if you want to subscribe to my channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. As always, have a great day.